Okay, back again with the second ending for Masamune and Destiny's Princess. And it'll probably be bad because the first one was too good, so... well, you know, as happy as it gets in this game. So, we don't want him to disappear. I don't want him to disappear. Just thinking about him disappearing made my chest feel like it was going to split in two. Can't I do anything to make him stay in this world?
Princess. Princess, get a hold of yourself.
Masamune put his lip close to my ear as I shook my head.
Look at me, Princess.
I was pulled in by his gentle voice and timidly lifted my head. Masamune softly kissed my lips. It calmed me down, and he took his lips away. He whispered to me,
Don't forget, Saya. You're a princess. Everyone's lives are riding on your shoulders.
Oh.
I'll be by your side. I won't ever leave you. Trust me.
All repeated. He was right. I couldn't think about that right now. The people who had died, and the people who were still living. I had to throw away my doubt for the men and the dagger I'd called to this world to fight. How much is this going to repeat? I still have to read it all again. I pretended I couldn't hear the dagger's loud, obnoxious laughing. I took aim once more. Oh, so we're not going to get the warning this time. This arrow will hit. I wasn't just hoping it would hit. I knew it would hit. This was the bow Masamune had trained with. Both of us had practiced laboriously. There was no way this arrow would miss. Masamune let go of the arrow. The bowstring snapped forward with a twang. The arrow with the dagger tied to it was sucked into the hole into the underworld. What would happen if we missed? Farewell, princess with the delicious blood. The dagger's voice became distant, and then we saw a light shining from beyond. The entire bottom of the valley emitted a bright light. The light was so strong, we had to close our eyes.
Whoa!
The voice roared from the bottom of the valley. A burst of air shot up, and the earth shook. The horse became scared and reared up.
Princess, grab on!
Masamune grabbed onto the reins to calm the horse down. The bow slipped out of my hands. I clung on to him on top of the horse. I didn't know how much time had passed. And some stupid cars outside. Go away. Why do people take so long to go away in the cars here? Why do people just like to idle their cars right outside our house? Their surroundings suddenly returned to its usual quiet atmosphere. I timidly opened my eyes. Masamune was also slowly opening his eyes.
Is it over?
We both looked around us. The moonlight was shining, and the quiet forest was spread out. It was like there had never been a hole connecting the underworld here before. But when I looked closer, the withered plants had still been scattered all over. It wasn't a dream after all.
That's how it seems anyway.
It wasn't a dream. Then the dagger was lost. The key power that had summoned Masamune and the others.
What's wrong?
I gazed at Masamune, and his voice was nothing but kind. I put my face onto his chest. Marry me right now!
Princess.
I want to become your wife! He told me he would be by my side. I didn't think his words were fake. However, I didn't know how long he would oppose the spell cast upon him. Jeez, if you haven't forwarded by now, you might as well go ahead and skip a bunch of us, I guess. He might disappear at any moment. Then at least... Inside the cave, we'd taken shelter from the rain. He softly laid me down on the ground. Masamune was a little hesitant.
But are you sure? In a place like this?
I don't mind. If we'd returned to the castle, we wouldn't have any time alone. I didn't even know if we would make it that far. It was a little mysterious that we were still together in this moment. Masamune. He put his hand on my cheek. As long as I was with him, even the rock bed felt like a silk cushion. Masamune, I love you. Are we going to even get another different picture for him in this ending, at least, please? His face changed. I could tell that his doubts and hesitation... I could tell that I'm stumbling over the same sentences I stumbled in the other version. I could tell that the doubts and hesitation he had disappeared. He put his elbow next to me and spoke as he closed in on me.
Princess. No, Saya. I promise to cherish you for the rest of my life.
He didn't know anything, yet he gently kissed me. I'd be glad if that was the truth. A tear flowed down my cheek. Saving again? Majesty. After a short nap, I opened my eyes. I didn't know where I was. There was a red clay wall right in front of me. What had I done last night? I was sure the last battle took place, and I was in a room with everyone, and then... Oh! I sprang up. Masamune! Masamune! I looked around and searched for Masamune. We'd slept together last night, but he was nowhere to be found. It can't be. He had returned to his original world? We hadn't swapped a single word before he'd left. Masamune! Instinctively, I called out for him on the brink of tears, and he appeared at the cave entrance.
Oh, what's wrong?
He showed his usual carefree face. Finally, new material. When I felt relieved, I suddenly became angry. Geez, if you're here, tell me in advance.
Huh? What? So my wife had been on the brink of tears, eh?
Masamune smiled as he entered the cave. He hugged me.
Were you worried? I just went to see how the outside was.
The outside?
Yeah, it looked like the demons had disappeared.
Really?
I'd looked around the neighborhood, and I was sure. I can't be 100% positive, though.
I looked outside, and it was still nighttime. The sky was filled with the stillness of night. We have to go back. It was as if I was telling that to myself. We had to return to the castle before daybreak. We had to for Yukimura, who was acting as commander, and the handmaid that was pretending to be me. I wanted to stay with Masamune for as long as possible, but there were things I needed to do.
I'm sad, but everyone is waiting.
He kissed my forehead and spoke gently.
The next time we sleep together will be after we get married.
Oh, you're gonna make me wait that long? Yeah, you're right. It would be good if that were true. Would Masamune always stay by my side? He promised. After that, we both rode on the same saddle and headed toward the castle. Where did we get the horse? I thought our horses were gone. My chest hurt, and it was hard to breathe thinking that he could disappear at any moment. After having felt regret, I snuggled close to him for some time. When the sky started to turn white, he finally came to a familiar place. However, did we go the wrong way?
No, that's not possible.
Masamune was confused. But where did the castle disappear to? We should have been able to see the castle tower from here, but it was nowhere in sight. After continuing on horseback for quite a while, the two of us became even more shocked. The castle is burning! The stone wall was stained dark black. The towering castle wasn't there either. There was only burned-down rubble spread out everywhere. Did the demons do this?
Where's Prince Yukimura?
Masamune's expression became grave. What had happened to everyone inside? The handmaid who'd taken my place, the vassals, and Yukimura. I was at a loss, and then I heard someone call for me. Princess! My handmaid bowed on the ground while she rushed over toward us. Oh, I'm so glad you're safe. I got off the horse and took her hands as she bowed. I'm sorry for returning so late. What happened to everyone else? Everyone is over there. They were looking for you, Princess. I wasn't sure she was finished speaking, but I saw the vassals come over toward us. Everyone, I'm so glad you're safe.
And you as well, Princess.
Where is everyone?
They gathered over there and are safe. The demons invaded, and we thought we were done for, but we managed to survive.
Then the demons did this to the castle?
No, that's,
The vassals looked at each other. What's wrong? I won't punish you, so please speak.
Yes, my lady. We don't know how to say this, but it had suddenly started falling apart.
Huh?
The demons attacking the castle had suddenly disappeared. We were dumbfounded, and the castle started to burn as the earth trembled. There had been no trace of the fire on the walls, and yet they'd started burning. Well, I had a feeling the castle had already burned down in the first place. If that's true, then what was that castle we'd stayed in until last night?
I heard all their words, and I felt like I'd seen through the hazy situation. This castle that burned down once before, it was rebuilt thanks to the dagger's mysterious power. Perhaps it had returned to its original condition after the sorcery had worn off. Then, how did you escape from the castle?
Well, that's another mysterious phenomenon. The prince had led us to safety by using the underground passage. It's strange, but we believe that person was the prince without any doubts in our minds. But now when I think about it, the prince had passed away already. What are you saying?
I tried to control Masamune, who'd interjected. What was that person like? Where is he now?
He'd worn a splendid red commander's uniform, and he knew many things about the castle. We'd searched for him after the castle fell, but he was nowhere to be seen.
I see. These men didn't remember Yukimura anymore. Yukimura had surely returned to his world. I looked up at Masamune, and it looked like he wanted to speak. I stopped him with my stare.
And who is this? Did he save you, princess?
I looked up at Masamune, then looked at the vassals and bit my lip. I'd already prepared myself for this. This is Lord Date Masamune. He is the descendant of a daimyo. I raised my voice and spoke in a dignified manner so the others could hear as well. During this battle with the demons, I'd secretly requested his help. This man sealed the hole the demons came out of, making them disappear.
Oh!
The commotion spread. I smiled and turned to Masamune. With the state the castle was in, we can't give you much, but please stay with us forever. I can't give you anything, but you can become the lord of the castle.
Okay. I'm grateful.
Masamune didn't have a clue as to what was going on, but he followed my lead. I prepared myself for the worst and was ready to confess everything. I finally decided on what I should do. My words had succeeded, and Masamune had become my guest of honor. Only a corner of the palace was in good shape. There was still a chance we could talk alone. He listened to my confession and groaned.
I see. Then Lord Nobunaga and Fomakotoro, they went back to their worlds.
Yes, most likely. Nobunaga's soldiers had returned, but those two were gone. They must have gone back already. I'm sorry. I hung my head like a child that had been scolded. I'm sorry, Masamune. I'd always thought I needed to tell you. But I couldn't. My head was filled with worries about Masamune's disappearing. He put his warm hand over my head as I covered my face.
Don't cry. It's all fine now.
But you might have another homeland. People might be waiting for you there. I looked up, and he had a wry smile on his face.
That may be true. It's true. I feel like I had my own nation in my world. I'd always had a feeling that I wasn't really the person I was. It was like I'd come here as a guest.
Then, would he go back someday? I was about to ask him, but gave up. There was no way I could confine in him. There was no way I could confine him any longer. I'd already been saved by him enough times. However, he had a bitter smile on and put his hands on my face.
That damned demon in the dagger said I'd want to return if I'd remembered, didn't he?
Yeah. Masamune kissed me. I'd be lying
if I said I wasn't worried about that world.
Finally another picture! We don't have enough with Masamune. Oh, he's so pretty.
Nevertheless, I told you I'd always be by your side, didn't I? I wouldn't leave behind such a cute bride like you.
Masamune. He didn't need to say anything else. He'd said he would throw away everything and stay here with me. Would he stay by my side from now on? Masamune caressed my head one more time. He had a bold smile on his face.
But the ceremony looks like it's going to be put on hold for a while. Even if I'm a benefactor, there's no way the vassals would let a stranger marry the princess.
That's true. With everyone's memories back to normal, I was now truly the sole survivor of the family. Masamune had a happy-go-lucky smile on.
It's fine, don't worry. That just means I have to become great, right? I just need everyone to look up to me.
He has to make achievements again. But it might be difficult, Masamune. No one remembers you this time.
What? That's no big deal.
He embraced my hips and kissed me with vigor. Ah, that's it.
Just wait. I'll make great achievements in no time.
He did it before, he can do it again. The castle had fallen, and there weren't many people left. It wouldn't be that easy. Still, if Masamune said it would be okay, for some reason I thought it was true. He was my husband. He was just another person. He must have spoken too quickly. He nimbly stood up.
First, I'll go to the kitchen and make something for everyone.
For everyone? You're gonna cook for everyone?
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. It should work for the military commanders, too.
He's gonna win everybody over with food. Yeah, let's do it. I nodded and went with him to see the people. And I might as well save here, too. Heroes of our time. Don't die, Masamune. It would be really nice to have 2 good endings. 1 year later. Ah, we've already had a year. That's good.
Saya, you're not holding the reins properly.
Even if you say that right now. Huh? Whoa! Ah!
Whoa!
I was about to fall off the horse, but Masamune quickly supported me.
I swear, it's too early for you to ride a horse and shoot an arrow.
You can't say that. One more time. Let me do it one more time.
No, just choose one. Ride your horse or shoot an arrow. At least stop the horse before you shoot. Unlike wild animals, the target won't run away.
What? I could hear the vassals laugh from behind me.
You two sure have a good relationship as husband and wife.
Jeez, we haven't had our wedding yet. It's too early to call me his wife. I'd said that, but it felt nice. In reality, I couldn't wait till I could be called that. Since then, a lot had happened. Masamune was now always by my side. Our wedding ceremony was a little delayed, but some people acted like we were married. No one was against us either. For better or worse, it was a stormy year. When the demons were here, the other nations had hid from us, but then they came for us later. The burden on our exhausted country had been too heavy. However, surprisingly, Masamune was good at governing. He protected our nation through various means, and when we'd overcome our troubles, he announced our marriage. No one was against it. This time next month, we would be husband and wife. Huh? Something was running through the bushes next to me. A vassal raised his voice.
Masamune, there's a rabbit there. Great. I'll put it in the stew and make a feast for everyone.
No, not the rabbit. We saved one earlier. Masamune put an arrow in his bowstring. The bunny! Unconsciously, I yelled, and Masamune's hand stopped as if it were frozen.
You don't want me to shoot it?
Well... Sorry. I know. I know it's strange to have a double standard for bunnies when I eat boar, birds, and fish, but... I came closer to Masamune's back and made an excuse. Little by little, his back started to tremble. Huh?
I swear, Saya, you haven't changed since the first day I met you.
The man that was to be my husband hadn't changed either. He laughed heartily and got off his horse.
Magnificent. Let's have lunch here. It'll be good to eat while we play with the rabbit.
Are we going to catch the rabbit even though we're not going to kill it? Yeah. I got off my horse as well and stood by Masamune's side. Even though the day when he'd become the feudal lord was drawing near, under the brilliant sunlight, we picked at our lunches. The rabbit appeared from the thicket.
Oh, do you want some food too?
That's a really brave rabbit. Masamune took some grilled fish and handed it to the rabbit. I was fed up and spoke. A bunny won't eat fish, will it?
You never know. It might be a delicacy for it. That's right. Want to bet on it?
He smiled and looked over at me. Sounds good to me. The loser has to do whatever the winner says.
Of course.
We looked at each other and smiled. Then I bet that I won't eat it. You won't eat something that smells fishy, will you, Mr. Bunny?
He'd get bored just eating veggies. Sometimes you want to try something new, don't you?
The rabbit sniffed the food and turned its head. The bet could go either way. Oh, don't end it there. I wanted to know. I hate open-ended things, even if it's such a little thing. Oh, well. At least he's alive and I'm alive and we're happy. Masamune got 2 happy endings. Is he the only one? Or is Yukimura gonna have 2 also? Why? I mean, okay, I do love Masamune. But come on, man. Why did Hanbei get 2 bad endings? And everybody else got 1 bad ending and 1 good ending, even though... I guess Nobunaga's and Kotoro's were half good endings. Oh well. Anyway, next episode we got Date Scenario and Sequel, and then we'll do Yukimura, and then we're done with this. So, see you again momentarily. I might as well finish this up tonight. Be right back.